Wait,
Okay, we're on air, we're on air, we're on air.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
You are on air with what?
Welcome to the worst show on the internet.
No one's watching.
Stream it Saturdays with the sequel. Here we have me, Adam, can you introduce him?
There's me, Zipty Diddly Doo. We have Tonut. We have Max. We have this other kid. I forgot what. I'm joking. It's Josh.
It's Josh.
And that's it. And today we're going to be reviewing the
movie.
we saw it yesterday, opening day.
This already sounds cringy.
Well, cringe is what we're going for. So we start off.
Let's start with the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Alright.
Can somebody start us off?
No.
It starts off
Alright,
with Jean's.
so
This is already
I
a
think-
disaster.
that.
Okay, Josh, go on.
Alright, so the premise of the beginning was to like show that he has the malfunction, but like we don't know it's a malfunction yet, right?
Yeah. And then freaking. Alright, no, let's go farther. Let's go farther into the into the thing.
Okay, no. Okay, let's start with the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
It shows a shot of outer space for no reason, and we'll get to the animated short that went before the movie after this. But let's start with literally a shot of outer space, as if this is going to be a deep and very existential movie.
Yeah. But then.
And then.
Phone.
Yeah, and then it's a phone the whole time. And this is really cringy, and I don't want to do this anymore.
You and me both.
Ruh-roh. Okay, so it starts off with the people at school, right?
Right.
And then the main character Alex is like, "Wow, look who just sent me a text, Addie McAllister." Then already we're being introduced to the love interest. So.
I think Addie's kind of hot, to be honest.
What?
Ew. Ew.
No, I'm joking.
Character.
Stop.
She's an animated character. Oh my god.
And
Hey,
That's just wrong. Really, dude? Addie McAllister.
Oat,
Yeah.
do us a favor and don't make use of the control room gadget.
Oh no, I won't.
Thank you.
Alright, so it starts in Textopolis. You know, it shows Jean's daily routine. Yeah, and already we have. Already the jokes are kind of weird. It shows monkey business, which is a cheap tactic.
I didn't like that. That was kind of dumb.
Yeah, that was the dumbest joke.
Because like everyone
Yeah,
before that
using-
was
using a
disgusted
pun.
because he kept on showing different faces, and then the monkey group was like fine with that.
Yeah, they were just like, whatever.
I don't think
Yeah.
they kept it very consistent.
Yeah, I mean, but I have to admit though, the colon joke was actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
On which one?
Yeah.
The nothing
my
over
colon.
my colon. Yeah.
The
Oh, my
emoticons.
colon. Yeah.
Oh, that one?
Because the emoticons had like a colon and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thing about
That was more observational humor than
Yeah.
it was actual humor.
Would you call it?
Oh, yeah,
A
yeah,
lot of
Yeah,
the
a lot of
movie
it
was
was,
observational humor.
Yeah, because of the emojis, like the time. And
Yeah. Oh, my eyes are up here.
Wait, what? What's erupting? Especially the poop character, though.
Okay. So they hired Sir Patrick Stewart to do poop, right?
Yeah.
But he only had like 5 lines in the entire movie.
And they weren't even
They
that good.
wasted.
Yeah.
Low
Sir-
budget.
Well, he shows up in like all the posters, but we don't.
They wasted the talents of Sir Patrick Stewart.
Yeah. Also, we didn't get to see as much poop as we thought.
I mean, there were 5 poop jokes at the beginning, so.
Yeah. But isn't that a cheap tactic of humor? Wouldn't you say? The observational joke and stuff.
Well, what'd you say?
The observational jokes.
The observational jokes were just kind of dumb because they were really obvious,
I have to go eat dinner.
Yeah.
Bye.
very expected.
Yeah.
But just like almost, and take the tea joke for example, where he goes up to like tea and where he goes up to tea and he's like, oh hey coffee, and he's like, I'm not coffee, I'm tea, and then that's the joke.
Yeah.
I didn't.
That's the entire joke.
That's a
And then,
joke.
and then the loser lounge.
Yeah, like
What?
the eggplant emoji is the most used one out of all of them. What are they
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
That I could agree with that.
The people who make the movie about emojis don't really know. Like shouldn't they be knowing that though?
With all the
fact that they
dirty jokes in there, you'd expect them to know about the eggplant emoji.
Yeah, but there was no dirty joke in there at all. Like saying that the eggplant emoji is not used. I don't see.
No, I know, but
I
they
don't really see
made
the
so
joke.
many dirty jokes in the movie that you would expect them to put the eggplant
Okay, like
emoji
the
somewhere
part when
else.
Coop says, "Oh sh."
They made an Ice Cube reference, and there, you know, Ice Cube the rapper.
Yeah.
You know when he says "Bye, Felicia."
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
That's an Ice Cube reference from a movie that Ice Cube was in.
Ruh-roh. All right, what else is there? So Gene wants to go out of the app, right? He's a malfunction and everything.
Yeah. Let's start with the magical, glorious, Oscar-winning plot.
Yeah. So he goes on a journey, but wait, okay, before so he gets into this accident, and then now everybody hates him and stuff, and because you guys know what happened, but still, okay, so he goes out of the app, which is surprising because like literally anybody can do that. Shouldn't you expect for it to be like harder to go out of the app?
I was been expecting like him to know about it. He
Yeah.
seemed pretty surprised.
Yeah, so
but like,
right now we're not going to do full-on spoilers until later on. These are just a lot of the dumb jokes and whatnot.
all right. Wait, I want to do spoilers.
Okay, fine. Okay, so if you haven't seen the movie, too bad.
I mean, it's the Emoji movie we're talking about.
I don't think you should care that much. So let's let's take for example, let's talk about Gene's parents for a minute, okay?
Okay.
The fact that they were talking in monotone the entire movie never got boring. I mean, it was it never got overused and became a dead meme after like 15 seconds. Oh no, totally not. Because it was haha, funny random humor XD.
It was kind of annoying, and also the lingo that they use to act hip and cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just threw them in there like, hey, kids love this. Let's just throw them in there casually.
Jack's Films made this reference, right? Or he said this in his review, right? He said, "What's the one video that's so topical and relevant that will represent all of YouTube?" Yeah. The one that they chose. Pen, pineapple, apple pen.
I don't understand. They could have used like Gangnam Style.
It's been dead for months though. They should have known better to not use, things that would die out.
Yeah.
Adam, are you still there? Oh crap, we lost him.
Oof.
All right, but yeah, like they shouldn't use these. They should know better to not use these type of things that would die out, because, I mean, it'll be cringy. Oh crap. Well,
I am back. Okay, so where were we?
The PPAP thing.
Oh yeah, so like, TJ Miller said this in an interview.
Yeah.
Emoji Movie is the fastest animated movie to ever be produced, or the fastest AAA animated movie to ever be produced.
Wait, really?
Yes. I don't think that's an accomplishment, when your story is so garbage and the jokes are so lackluster that you can't even manage a good story.
Yeah. I mean, it's a movie about freaking emojis. It doesn't get better than that. All right, so
Guys, my Wi-Fi cut out.
oh,
You're
understandable.
back. Okay, so back to the parents real quick. Let's talk about the big twist that was honestly not really a big twist because even though nobody saw it coming, nobody cared about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. And when he did do the twist, like when he changed like emojis, he never got out of the monotone voice.
Yeah, he was still like, oh.
I still have the same condition.
There's another twist, but should we talk about that until later?
Yeah, let's talk about that later.
All right. So, Gene, and High Five, they venture around the multiverse. You know,
Mhm.
they come across this text thing. I didn't really get it. You know, the one with the bears.
The one with the what?
The bears. I forgot what it's called. Like the white and green one. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
Meme.
Oh, never mind then. Adam,
Yes.
do you know what that thing is called? You know when they go into
What
the
thing?
when they go into an app and there are these little creatures on the moon.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean?
I know what you're talking about.
The white and
Oh,
green bears.
Oh yeah, that was like something chat or us chat or WeChat. It was WeChat.
Mhm.
Do people use that?
Yeah, but it's I don't use it, but I'm pretty sure it's like one of those things where it's like a dead meme.
Yeah.
It's like an app that not many people use anymore.
And then they just
Like Kick.
include it. Oh yeah, Kick. But yeah, they just include it, like the Just Dance app. I've never heard of it until the Emoji movie brought it up. Like in the
I didn't
trailer.
even know you could play Just Dance on there.
Yeah, me neither.
Free for iOS and Android with a wide variety of songs.
Yeah, but like, it's so obscure though. Like they could have picked a better app, like a more well-known one, instead of Just Dance, which is known for being on consoles and stuff, and not on a mobile device.
Clash Royale would have been a good pick in my opinion.
But I think that would be a bit too. There was a lot of product placement, but I think that would have been a bit too obvious product placement.
Yeah.
Oh, did Josh leave again? Oh no, that was
No,
Tony.
Tony. Well, she didn't say anything anyway, but well, whatever. So yeah, what else? So they go into this bar.
The only good thing about the entire movie was the animation, and like even then, it's sad to see such good animators being wasted on this.
I don't think it was much of a waste as it was like so much
A free
potential
paycheck.
that was wasted. Like in the movie itself.
I mean, all it was a free paycheck for them.
Yeah.
All right. So next they go into this little bar, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jailbreak, and then there are these internet trolls and spam. I mean, the spam one, I think they could have done something better. I mean, the spam that I get is like, "Hey, check out my channel," or spam bots like they advertise. And oh wait, hold on. Oh, this is screwing. All right, but yeah.
I think there could have been potential for the spam. Oh wait, no, I forgot what I was gonna say.
The spam one. There could have been potential for the spam.
There could have been potential for literally any character.
They could have done,
and by that I'm joking. The Emoji movie should have never been made.
Could have done like the Nigerian prince.
Also, kind of a rant for High Five. I mean, he just kind of got annoying.
Yeah. Okay, so can we talk about like how there was so much tension between Jailbreak and Gene and how literally nothing happened?
Yes. Yes.
Holy
what
crap.
The heck?
I mean, that's just a waste. Like the audience,
he totally breaks his heart, and then that has nothing to do with
Is it a bad thing? Is it a bad thing that I really want a sequel? Is that a bad thing?
Oh, I think there is going to be a sequel. Just think about it.
I think it's completely normal. I think it's complete. I really hope that it does successfully, and so they get a sequel because I really want. I want a sequel. I don't know why. I just want a sequel.
Meh. Get it? Okay, but anyways, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, the tension. Also, I have one quick thing. So you know how in the beginning, High Five wanted to do a fist bump pose, but he couldn't. How come
Yeah.
later on in the movie he could make those other hand movements and not getting like a cramp? I don't get it. So, continuity error? I don't know.
It was probably a continuity error. I mean, it was a bad movie, so.
All right, so they go into a bar and they meet Sombra. No, I meet Jailbreak, and then yeah, and then they're like, "Oh no, go away, and then for some reason she helped them
For like no reason.
get out.
What was that about?
Yeah, like you think it would be even harder, but no, she just hopped on.
Yeah.
And then there's foreshadowing.
Also, okay, no, real quick, just a little thing. I think like Jailbreak didn't want to do it, right? She just didn't want to do it, and then just suddenly out of nowhere she does. She's like, oh, I don't want to do. Oh wait, I want to do it now though.
Yeah, cause plot convenient. You need it for the plot. Okay, so wait, no, Josh, why'd you go on mute? All right, whatever. All right, so what happens next? They go on Candy Crush, right? Which is
Oh yeah, that was
which is totally still relevant, you know. That definitely.
It made for some pretty bad jokes, though. Gotta give him that.
Yeah, but I like the one where Gene exploded.
Yeah.
That wasn't that bad.
Because somebody in the movie died.
Yeah. Oh my God, Josh left again. All right. Anyways, so they go in Candy Crush. Don't put that back in your mouth. It's already been there once. Yeah, because you've seen that in the trailer, like every single trailer. All right. So what happens next after the Candy Crush thing?
So, let's see. What other scenes were there that just the Spotify scene? Let's talk about the Spotify scene.
Oh yeah.
Let's just talk about all of the music in the movie. I think that all of the music that was played in the movie was only very irrelevant.
Yeah. And
like, I'm not saying that they should have gotten new music because that would have been just as cringy.
Yeah.
But couldn't they at least do an original soundtrack instead of being like, haha, kids these days like music, don't they? And then putting it
they like the whip and nay nay. Let's throw that in. It's for the kids.
They actually put that in. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah, because the kids love it. And
yeah,
I
they're
can't
like,
stress enough about the lingo. Also, what did Jailbreak say about like men? I forgot.
Oh, I'm female. I've been doing things that men have been taking credit for.
Oh yeah.
I actually just wanted feminist.
Was that supposed to be like a joke, or was it like an actual feminist thing?
I think that was supposed to be actual social commentary that fell flat on its face.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, and then I heard like people saying, "Ugh" in the movie. Remember that?
Yeah.
that was
no. That was everybody.
Really? I thought it was only.
Yeah. Well, it was everybody in our row.
Oh. All right, but seriously though, they should not have thrown that in. I mean, I thought the Emoji movie would be better than that, but whatever. Valerian.
Well, I wasn't expecting much from a movie with 3% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, but I didn't think they would add an actual feminist thing. Like.
Yeah, I didn't think they would stoop down that low.
Yeah. All right. So after that, they go to Just Dance, and then this is where we learn that, oh my God, Jailbreak is a princess. Am I right? And then everybody in the everybody in the theater gasped for some reason. But hey, did you care about that plot twist?
I didn't care about any of the plot twists.
Yeah. But the thing about okay, so here's the thing, okay? So like Gene in High Five asked if hey, you can make you can summon birds, right? Oh wait. But you remember that, right? How they joked about princesses can, summon birds and stuff.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then like, oh no, plot twist, she can actually do it. Oh no,
Yeah.
plot twist, she
Yeah, but here's
can't.
the thing,
Haha, funny meme.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Like you can't use running jokes for a plot convenient device because without the bird thing, without her summoning the bird, the movie would just end, right?
Right.
But like,
And-
hey,
And like, oh yeah, them kids nowadays really like them Twitters, so let's put in Twitter
yeah.
birds.
Oh yeah. Like,
Haha,
but
funny
like,
meme.
like the worst part about it is that they turned a joke into like a giant plot convenient device. You know what I'm saying, right? Like I
That's
look
not
at
what
it,
you do. The
Yeah.
joke is supposed to be a joke.
yeah, and then it's just a cheap tactic.
Like, I'm not surprised that it's a movie that exists because it was bound to happen eventually. But I'm
Yeah.
surprised that a team of working professionals worked on it.
Yeah, which is kind of sad. Also, they were full of middle-aged men that want to try to be hip and cool to the kids,
Yeah.
But yeah, so they fly. So High Five. Oh yeah, and Jailbreak did say something that breaks.
Also, they made a porn joke.
Oh yeah, that was. pretty
Remember
funny.
that?
Yeah, but it was only because of Josh. He made it funny
What do you mean it was because of Josh?
because he said ahem. Remember? And
I
that
don't
made everybody
remember
laugh.
that because you were sitting on the other end of the row as me, dude.
Oh, I thought you guys heard it as well.
You know?
Whatever.
You guys were over there joking and I was over there. I had my own priorities.
All right. So then, so Jailbreak breaks Gene's heart. Gene gets all depressed and everything.
And then he becomes a meh emoji.
Yeah, but shouldn't he be like a depressed emoji?
Yeah, that made no sense.
There's a
I
difference
think they
between
were
a
like,
meh.
I think they were like, so this happened. So we need this to happen to motivate the characters. So let's just make it happen.
Yeah.
I'm just like without thinking. They were like, so this needs to happen in the plot. So instead of finding a way, instead of finding a good way to make it happen, let's just make it happen.
Yeah. Cheaply. But what I don't get.
Yeah,
is
like the
like,
cheapest way of doing it absolutely possible.
I mean, there are lots of cheap ways that are used in the movie, like the bird one. But I already bashed that long enough. But yeah, so he gets all meh, but shouldn't he be like depressed?
Yeah.
There's a difference, so that's weird. And so Jailbreak suddenly feels sorry for him again, and then oh yeah, let's go, and then they save the day. Yeah. No one can hide from my sight. All right, so let's see. They get the bird. They fly and help Gene. And they punch the robot, which they beat up the robot, and then the movie ends with the dance party. That's it.
Yeah. Also, can movies just stop ending with dance parties?
Yeah. I mean, well, it's mostly in kids' movies, but still. Also, oh yeah. Wait, no, that's not all. Okay, so here's the thing, right?
Okay. Are we gonna give it a score at the end? Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Let's give it a score at the very end.
No, we didn't. We missed the most important part.
The plot twist.
The one where he tries. No, the one where he tries to delete the phone, but then suddenly doesn't delete the phone anymore because he sent an emoji.
No, yeah, dude. At the rate that the phone was deleting,
Yeah.
he would have died.
Everyone would have died.
Like, it's that cliche where it's like, oh no, the world is dying, but then it starts dying slightly slower whenever it comes to our main character.
Yeah, it's like in a movie where there's a bomb, like 5, 4, 5 minutes later.
4.
Then
Yeah,
5
yeah,
minutes
and then
later, 3, 2, 1. It's like that. It really bothers me though.
it was quite annoying.
But
That
then
twist okay, like a twist in a movie should mean something.
yeah,
Like it should like not just a subversion of your expectation, but it should actually mean something. You know what I'm trying to say, right?
yeah,
It should mean something to the plot. But the fact that Jailbreak was the princess and that the dad had multiple emotions meant nothing. It was just
yeah.
there to surprise the audience.
If
Nothing in the movie meant anything to the story.
if Jailbreak was if it was a princess all along, like at the very beginning, nothing would have changed, in my opinion.
Yeah, it would have been if it was just a princess who could hack, the story
Yeah.
wouldn't have changed.
Yeah. And okay, so he deletes the phone, right? And then for some reason, like he gets the girl, right? And like, oh man, check out this cool emoji. And then like, oh man, I'm not gonna delete the phone anymore. I just like, shouldn't he be freaked out?
He's like, oh, must be the new iOS update. Still gonna delete it.
Yeah. Like I don't get that. Also, for him to be changing into a meh, like throughout the movie, right? Their mission was for him to change it to a meh emoji. Like,
Yeah.
What was that supposed to accomplish anyways? The phone was gonna get deleted either way, right? Like if you change to a mat, right? That wouldn't really fix anything.
It would fix nothing, in fact. It would amount to nothing.
Yeah, so the whole journey was basically pointless. The only thing at the end was where they like, hey, I'm gonna be myself, and then I'm gonna save the universe.
Express yourself.
Yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, okay, so
get it because he said express yourself like 17 times in the movie.
Yeah.
At least 17, if not 18. Probably 19 though.
All right, so let me get this straight, okay? So their entire journey was to go out of the phone and have him change into the mat emoji, right? But what's that supposed to accomplish though? Right? Like
Right.
Alex wouldn't delete it anyways. That's not the reason why Alex would, stop deleting. The reason was that he could change. I mean, I guess it was for him to, finally realize, but couldn't they have done it better, like instead of just throwing the entire journey into the trash can?
Yeah, also, may I just point out that Alex needs to get some better taste?
Oh yeah. I mean, really? Oh wait, hold on. But like, I don't know. It's really weird. So he finds out that being yourself is what can save the universe, right? But they should. But he still.
Also, what does it matter if that one phone gets deleted? It doesn't mean all of the emojis will get deleted. I hated all of the characters, so I honestly wanted them to get deleted.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can't argue with that. But still though. Oh wait. Oh crap.
I got a bone to pick. Also, the amount of obvious product placement was like, just looking at it, you're like, oh yeah, that app sponsored this movie, that app sponsored this movie, that app sponsored this movie. Oh yes, and YouTube too.
Yeah, but here's this thing, okay? So
there was Twitch. They had Twitch. Like, I saw Twitch. I went, oh my gosh, it's Twitch.
But they didn't go inside. I wanted them to go inside though.
And then we can get into the world of cancer streamers and.
Oh yeah, Zoe Berger. Remember that one?
The mecha arm. That kid's pretty stupid.
Oh my god. All right.
Coffee virus. He's a pretty dumb person too.
But still, they should have found a better way to make him realize that being yourself is good instead of going into a pointless journey. You know.
Yeah.
And
Notice how there were 4 people, and now there's only 2.
Yeah. All right. So he stops deleting the phone. Everybody's happy. It ends in a dance party. The end. The journey for him to change the mat. The journey for him to change it to a mat emoji did nothing. It didn't make him delete the phone. The part where he deletes the phone was for a stupid reason. It was because of, he sent a GIF emoji to Addie McAllister, and then he suddenly, he just.
Addie McAllister. He needs better taste. Addie McAllister was pretty freaky. Like, if we're going on a scale of 1 to 10, she's like a 5. Okay, at least go for a 6, if not a 7. 7 is a good goal to go for.
But she's a CGI character. But you know what I'm trying to say, right? The entire journey was pointless because it didn't motivate Alex to change his mind about.
He was just like, instead he was just. There's no character development throughout any of the characters.
Yeah. Oh wait, no. Okay. So here's how it should have ended. All right. Oh wait.
With all of them dying.
That could work. But here's one. Okay. Here's one. So they find out that they find out that Alex would delete the phone, right?
The phone. Right.
Gene could have come up with a plan earlier instead of going to the meh journey, like
right.
changing to a meh. Like he could have just thought up of the plan earlier instead of having a pointless journey.
Also,
nothing.
Also, literally none of this would have happened if he just died at the beginning of the movie.
Oh yeah. Also, this would not have happened if he just listened to his parents and not go to the job thing, which is kind of weird. Also, like, how do they have time to set up everything before Alex like presses the button? You know what I'm saying, right? Like, for them to get into their own boxes before Alex. Like, how do they get?
Like, are they like is there like an emoji that can just see into the future and be like, he's gonna open his text in 5 minutes, everybody get in, right?
Oh, yeah,
is that
it? Yeah, like Alex could have texted any time, right? But here's the thing.
Right. So they're at the they're in their cubes at the most convenient time.
Yeah. But like everybody's around roaming free. But like wait, okay, here let me ask something. I don't get it because there's why would we need two poop emojis? And why would he and what's the logic behind that?
Because the poop emoji needs a son.
Wouldn't the movie have not changed at all if he didn't have a son?
Yeah, the son had like 2 lines.
Yeah, we were number 2.
At the beginning of the movie, he said he was going to let his son into the cube, but then he never lets his son into the cube.
Yeah, which I find really odd. But like, what's the use of having different like the same mat emoji? Like there are 3 of them, right? But how does family go? Like, is there a grandma mat emoji? Is there a grandma poop emoji? I mean, it's kind of weird. And okay, so back to the convenient time part. Shouldn't they be in, like, instead of having an entire town, right? Like, they never know when Alex is gonna pull up his phone. So like, what's the point of roaming free? I mean, they're gonna be screwed if Alex, presses an emoji and they're not there, right? Like the thing is, in the movie, they are there at the most convenient times.
Yeah. Let's see. Is there anything else that let's see. Let's talk about the actually garbage characters. Jailbreak had no character until like the second half of the movie.
Jean is
Like,
just meh.
I didn't know what character she was supposed to be. She was just kind of a person that existed,
Yeah.
right? And then she became an actual character.
Eh. But what about High Five?
High Five was the most annoying piece of crap character in any movie I've ever. Like, okay. Obviously, he was the comic relief character.
Yeah.
But there are better examples of comic relief characters. They did it better in Frozen, for God's sakes.
Freaking Olaf. Wait, hang on. You don't know yet. Okay. Yeah, go on.
Like, I'm just like, everything in the movie was so pointless. Nothing amounted to anything.
Yeah.
None of the characters changed as people.
The journey made no sense.
The journey was pointless. Everybody would have been better off if the journey never happened.
Yeah. I mean, he still could have came out with a plan earlier, because changing it to a meh emoji wouldn't have stopped Alex. I mean, I've said that so many times, but still, I can't stress enough. Let's see what else. Also, you know the bathroom scene. How come the mom and dad were in the same bathroom?
I don't know, because emojis don't.
Because they wanted both of the parents in the same scene, I guess. So they just had no choice but to throw them in.
Also, like, the mom character. Okay, can we talk about the Instagram scene for a minute?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Why? Just why? They were like, oh yeah, so we have to put social media in here. So what's the and they're like, so what's the one that is most relevant? I hear those kids use that Instagram, and then some old man was like, oh yeah, and then he just like threw a keyboard at the wall, and then and then that went into the script.
Oh my god. But here's the thing. Okay, so the references that they make were just them trying to be hip and cool, right?
Yeah, they're like, they weren't cool references. Like let's take a look at Wreck-It Ralph. Okay, all of the references made in Wreck-It Ralph felt natural. They didn't feel forced.
Yeah.
And Wreck-It Ralph's a great movie. I think Wreck-It Ralph is a great movie. Would you agree with me? Wreck-It Ralph is a good movie, right?
Yeah, I agree.
All of the references in there didn't feel overly forced like they did in this movie. In this movie, it just felt like old men trying to be hip to kids.
Yeah, and
that's what this
is cringy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one flaw. Wait, no, that's the 1,000th flaw. Let's see what else is there to say about this movie.
This movie's existence.
Okay. Let me just ask a random question. How does emoji reproduction work?
I don't know.
Like, I mean,
since the movie, it has to be a family-friendly experience, So, so they probably both step into a chamber, and then an emoji is born. They step into a chamber, they get spun around in a chamber, and then it's born.
But like, wouldn't that not require any parents or anything? Like, okay.
No, but you see, it requires the parents because logic.
But like, how would the elephant emoji find a female elephant emoji to reproduce?
By just well, you see, this movie, it's this movie's job to make no sense. So I think how it would work is that they just exist, and everybody exists because they exist.
Yeah, true. But
they exist because they're an emoji. That's it.
But how would the elephant emoji find a female elephant emoji? Will he have no choice and have to crossbreed with the flag emoji?
With the American flag.
Yeah, oh man, there aren't any other elephants around town. We'll gotta reproduce with the flag. All right, fine. But let's see what else is there. tech. I don't get. But shouldn't every single person in Textopolis like go to work? I don't see the use for there to be multiple of one emoji. I don't really get it.
What do you mean?
Like I don't
Oh,
get why
yeah,
there
yeah.
are multiple net emojis.
I don't think emojis have lifespans, but they do because the dad emoji is old. So they clearly have
Yeah.
lifespans. But why do they have lifespans? It's not like they're physical, really human beings.
But wouldn't they basically be immortal until somebody like deletes the entire phone? I mean, they're not gonna die like because of natural causes, right?
Right.
Crap, I forgot what I was gonna say. Let's see here.
Oh, say one of the things
What?
in the chat. Say something.
Hold on. I
Ask
don't,
you a question.
I don't know. What do you prefer?
You know what both of those movies are, right?
I don't know what Dunkirk is.
Do you know who Christopher Nolan is?
No.
You know The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
He directed The Dark Knight, Inception, Memento. I don't think you know what Memento is, but he directed The Dark Knight and Inception.
Oh.
Okay, well, you don't have to answer just because here I don't because it's PG-13. Okay, whatever. Back to the movie.
All right, but I don't know why there are 3 met emojis. I don't know what the point of that is. But shouldn't they function like in a society where they're in their boxes forever? Because like they're not gonna run to work, right? They're not gonna run to work. Like,
Right.
oh no, Alex is about to press the button. Oh no, like you know what I'm saying, right?
Right.
Because you never know when Alex is gonna use his phone, and not everybody's gonna be at the office like at the same time.
Can
It's
like
yeah,
like
go on.
let's take Inside Out for example, right?
Yeah.
Inside Out, they're always there because they're emotion and they're always supposed to be there, right? It makes sense. And this time it's like they don't always need, like if they were always there, that would make sense.
Yeah.
But they're not always there.
Because you never know when
So it
Alex
doesn't
is
make
gonna pull up
sense.
his phone and type something. We'll type an emoji.
Yeah. Like it doesn't make sense. The whole movie doesn't make sense. The reason why this movie exists doesn't make sense. So confused.
Yeah, there are so many questions I have. But the thing about the Emoji movie is like the answer is always cause movie. That's it. Cause it's a movie about emojis. That's the reason. All right, so shall we give this? So, are there any more things to say about this movie?
No. Are there any other scenes or anything that we missed? Spotify scene. Real quick. Let's just brush over that Spotify scene.
Yeah.
Why does that exist?
Because they want to throw in as much hip and cool references as they want.
No, they were like, oh yeah, so people like music, and they're like, oh yeah, what app do people use? They use this thing called Spotify. Oh yeah, throw that in the movie. Throws keyboard at wall. Yay. We have a script now, guys. Let's put it in theaters.
Just mash a bunch of teenagers' interests, like just slam it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Derv hasn't made so many videos on this movie yet.
Why not?
You know Derv, right?
Yeah, that stupid kid.
Yeah, I'm surprised Derv hasn't made 17 videos. You know what? I think this movie was better than the world's greatest movie, The Boss Baby.
Dude, that movie was just trippy. Like it was.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it on the plane. I mean, it was a cute movie, but it was just trippy. It was weird. The puppy thing made no sense. But we'll get no, never mind. We're not gonna get into that right now.
So let's both rate the movie out of 10. I personally give 10 out of 10.
100 emojis
I'm
out
joking.
of 10.
I'm joking. I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 10. I absolutely hated this movie. And if you think I'm joking, this is one of the worst movies. This is the worst animated movies I've ever seen, other than Food Fight.
All memes aside.
Yeah, all memes aside, this is the worst movie I've ever seen besides Food Fight. Food Fight was awful. But, so, 2 weeks from now, I guess we'll be doing either probably The Nut Job 2, because that's a movie that exists.
Comp. Okay, yeah. Let's see. What should I give it?
I give it a 1 out of 10 because it's the shittiest movie I've ever seen.
I guess since this is the oh crap. Hold on. Since this is the first time I've actually watched a movie with other people, I'll give it a 1.5 just because of the good experience. I mean, the meme, all the memes that spawned because of this movie are good, but the actual movie itself is not good. It's so bad. It's just bad. It's not so bad. It's good. It's just bad. It's just bad. So shall we end this once and for all?
Yes. Everybody who's watching this is a parasite on the face of the internet and should die. Thank you, everybody, for your time and effort. I hate you all. Good night.